All right, I'm just gonna get started. I'm Jacob. This is the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Here with James Yeager today. Videos made possible through sales at my website, beachandtactical.com. I make freaking tactical slings, gear, survival kits, fire starters, bottle holders, all that kind of crap. And I also do have a Patreon, so please check those out. They'll be in the description box below. Now, if you guys are a subscriber, you probably know that I've been to a few classes at Tactical Response.
None lately.
Yeah, it's been a little too long.
Well, you know where this range was.
I've never been here at all. I never even knew this existed. Gosh dang. Anyways, but I don't know if James knows this. I think he does, but I don't know if you guys probably do not. When I went to my first class, I had no idea what Tactical Response was or who James Yeager was. I just got out of the military. Someone invited me to come do some training with them because there's a discount if you brought a friend. And I said, I don't really have the money, but I'm going to say, yes, I'm going to go anyways because I need it and I'll make it happen. All right, so we did that, but one of the first things that happened when I said I'm going to Tactical Response, I'm going to train with James Yeager, is a couple friends were like, holy crap, that dude's crazy.
Well,
right?
I am.
Right? And so I start looking up some stuff with Yeager, and obviously, as a public figure, you're very polarized. But there was one thing that mattered to me, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. Out of everything that I read from every source, one thing stood out to me, and that was, although it seemed to me that you were successful, had a family, had a life that would be easy to not just let go, when crap kicked off over with the Bundy Ranch, you packed up your stuff and went.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, because we live in an age where nobody's willing to give up an ounce of their comfort for anything, even themselves, and everybody just talks crap online. And so some people think that you're just a crap talker, and yet when the rubber hit the road, you packed up your personal stuff and went to a situation where historically the government just likes to kill everybody.
Mm-hmm. Or put them in jail.
Or put them in jail, or ruin their lives in some way. But how did that work for you? You know, what was the motivation?
Well, I made the decision 20 years earlier. I was a police officer, you know, in the 90s, and then you look at things like Ruby Ridge happening, and then Waco, and I remember thinking this is horrible. And as I started researching these things, you know, we see Wounded Knee, we see like things like the bonus marchers where MacArthur fucking murdered fucking veterans of the United States First World War across the street from the fucking White House. And we look at these things, and this is not we don't have the government we were told we have, and I believe it is a dark master. And so I told my wife when I was in my 20s, I said, if this ever happens again, i.e. a standoff, I said, I'm going. I'm not going to let them burn women and children. I'm not going to let them shoot at people running out of a burning building. Like, it's not going to happen. And so many years before Bundy happened, I'd made the decision to go. You're smoking yourself out over there.
I am. It's what is hard for me, especially when people talk about whether they do or don't like you or this or that or the other, is that we have all of these public figures today who make a lot of money on their name, but who won't do anything. And so
I separate the group of people that don't like me into two different groups: those who have never met me and those who have a reason.
Right.
And the people that have a reason not to like me is a very small number. But a lot of people, they don't like because I said something about their gun or their brand of this or their brand of that, because I call it junk because I see it as junk. Right. And so they take that personal, like the Ford Chevy thing. Well, I don't drive a Ford because Chevy suck, or whatever, you know, all that stuff. I hurt their ego. They don't listen to the message. They just listen. They find a way for me to have insulted them.
Right. Well, and you know, I go through Yeah, I'm getting smoked out bad. I go through a lot of the same thing. Just anybody who offers an opinion based on experience on YouTube is going to go through the same thing. And
Well, let me say this. There are a lot of people that offer opinions on YouTube that have no basis for making that claim. And so the thing is that I'm in the gun culture. I'm not in the gun community. I've been in this business 22 years. Last year, I had 5,700 students that fired over 5.7 million rounds of ammunition on this range that you're sitting on. That's what I base my, and I'll say something about, like me and you've had this talk before, 1911 sucked. They go, well, that's your opinion. Yeah, my opinion based on 22 years, 72,000 students, 72 million rounds. What's your opinion based on?
Right.
And the other thing is, if I say buy widget X, it's good, people show up here. Like, there's no other YouTuber that does that. That says buy widget X. 5,700 people bought gear, hearing protection, knee pads, boots, guns, ammunition that I told them to buy this year. None of them come up and mad at me.
right.
And so, yeah, everybody's allowed to have an opinion on the internet, but most of them don't count.
Right. Absolutely. Well, and most people, when you buy a product without experience, if you even were to read about the product, you're trying to become educated, and what you're reading is marketing. And if you buy the product because you buy the marketing, but you don't have enough experience using the product to find out if the marketing is a true or a lie, then you're going to continue the marketing by telling your friends the same thing that you read in the marketing, right? You've already bought off onto it, and you're invested in it, and that's how people look at it.
Right. Well, and to add to that, most purchases, especially for new people, are spurned by, that will make me better.
Right.
So I'm going to buy that. And so when they buy it, they're not instantly better. There's and then people all the time, should I buy this or this or this or this or this? And I put on YouTube constantly, get training.
Right.
And people are like, oh, you're just trying to sell training. I didn't say train with me. I said get training. In the eyes of the beginner, there are many options. In the eyes of the master, there are few.
Absolutely. Well, and I go through, obviously, I spend more time with knives and wood stuff than I do guns, and I go through the
Let me stop you.
Same thing.
But he's beyond competent as a gunman. Like, he's beyond competent. So if he tells you something about a gun, like, he is beyond competent. That's me saying it without him asking for that. Like, he is the gun culture. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I appreciate it, but I don't know. At the end of the day, who is James Yeager gets based off of this mountain of BS. But I think what I didn't care who you were before I came to the class, because I didn't know who you were. I carried a 1911 to your class, and I carried a 1911 to a bunch of other classes, and then I realized I was making a mistake, right? But when I first saw your 1911 suck first video, my first thought was, oh, this guy. I still didn't really care, but what I'm saying is, there's all of this information, and people can pick something to dislike you for, but at the end of the day, when the rubber hits the road for the American people and for our belief in what this culture or community is actually founded upon and means, only a couple people packed their crap up and left, and you did it with a family and a job.
A business.
And you can live comfortably without having to go put your life on the line. And you packed up your truck and you left on your own expense.
Yep. I'm not crying, just the smoke. we're getting teardrops are falling here.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: how am I any different than any of our founding fathers? You know, those guys were hunted down after they signed the Declaration of Independence. And how am I any different? How can I expect my grandchildren have anything that resembles freedom if I'm not willing to do something about it?
Well, we're talking about this government that is not what we think it should be, and I believe that they support an easy and lazy lifestyle, because if they give people this lifestyle, it makes it very difficult to leave that lifestyle.
Right.
And so that is the key to why I was impressed that you headed out. So I feel like I'm not here to change what people think about who James Yeager is, and I'm not here to paint a picture of you, but when people talk about James Yeager in positive or negative, I've always looked at something different than what everybody else is saying, and this is what I looked at, was someone who's actually willing to do what they're talking about. So,
well, thanks. I wasn't out there by myself, and there's a bunch of good folks out there, and and Mr. Bundy's a good man, and I was proud to sit at his table and have dinner with him, and there's no regrets from that. I'm so glad that when there's the main standoff, I wasn't there yet. When the main standoff happened, that nobody had an ND or something like that, So that says a whole lot about the citizens that showed up out there, competent gun handlers. I mean, nobody, one ND. What could have happened? Could have rewritten. Talk about the shot heard around the world.
Yeah.
Somebody, that'd have been bad.
Well, and I think it also says something about the people who showed up, because any range that you go to, it seems like, at least local to me, has got bullet holes all through the ceilings and everything else. And those people who are out there shooting up ranges and having NDs weren't the ones. They might be the ones screaming "Mole on Lave" and everything else.
That's the gun community.
Right. So, well, this is what I wanted to come out here and talk to you about, and I think that it says a lot about your character, more so than anything else that people are talking about.
Well, different things are important to different people, and like you, I paid note of who was there and who wasn't there.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for this opportunity, James.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
Don't set my woods on fire here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best.
I know you can build a fire. Let's see if you can put one out.
Right. So, I've been good at setting a lot of stuff on fire. It's actually one of my skills, is letting things go too far. So, I appreciate it a lot, though, guys. James has a new YouTube channel. Most everybody knows that. We've got Liber TV, and if you want training. One of the things that I was most impressed with when I went to the training, not from the training itself, but from the people I met, was that there were people there from everywhere. So I drove to Tactical Response 3 hours, and I was like, whew, this is a bit of a drive. And I got there, and there's dudes from Japan, Czechoslovakia. This truck driver drove down straight without sleeping from Nebraska or something.
Yeah. 3 hours. The people watching 3 hours.
Right. So there's a reason that these people will come so far and will do so much to get here and come back. And the last thing that I want to end this on is that if you go and get good professional private training, it will save you money. Yep. If nothing else, from having to screw around just with gun purchases, if you like guns, looking at all of these different options and stuff. Like James had just said, for the novice there are many options, for the master there are few. It kills me. I hate buyer's remorse, that's why I do YouTube, and it kills me when a good friend buys a crappy gun or whatever else the case may be, and it kills me when what I hear the most is, in today's day and age, every gun's a good gun with how far manufacturing has progressed all the time.
Here's the thing: when a friend buys a crappy gun, we know there's only two bad endings. They hate it, or they keep it.
Right.
That's not going to end well.
Right. Well, hopefully they hate it and they sell it, and then they make the right decision the second, or if it's like me, the third, fourth, or fifth time. Right. So, once again, thank you, James, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and please consider getting some professional training. And if you
anywhere, get some.
Absolutely, but if you can, come on down here to Camden, Tennessee.
There's plenty of places to train all over the country. You don't have to train with me. There's plenty of good dudes out there.
Absolutely. Thank you for watching.